I never thought this day would truly come. I was always aware of the seriousness of my mother's illness and the timeline given to her by the doctors, but she always seemed invincible to me. 11 years ago, after going through her first chemo and radiation treatments, I came home from school to the sight of her. She was as bald as a newborn, weak and sick from her chemicals, but landscaping the entire yard better than they show it on HGTV. She would be throwing up in between bushes she was planting, never complaining, never slowing down, and never giving up. I grew up with these kinds of memories about my mother. So, after she beat cancer the first time around, why wouldn't I think she was invincible? And when it came back again, this time already at stage 4 in her bones and in her back, why wouldn't I think she was going to punch it into submission for round 2? She was the strongest person. No, my eyes are blurry. I'm sorry. She would have been a different word. I'm in church, though. Okay. She was the strongest person I have ever met, or will ever meet. But unfortunately, life doesn't care about how amazing she was, or how many people's lives she's changed for the better, or that she lived and cherished every day like it was her last. It would be easy to be bitter and resentful, but we can't be, because we are Julie's children. Anything other than celebrating her life and using what we learned from her would be a disservice to the memory of our amazing mother. She had so many great qualities that many of you are aware of. Here are some of the things that we will never forget about how our mother lived her life. Mom was the type of person who wouldn't say no. She would always try to do her best in order to make sure if she was invited somewhere, she would at least try to make an appearance no matter what. She would go to 5 more graduation parties, even if she had other things going on that day as well. The same thing with her children. She would do everything in her power to make every game, every event, and every milestone, no matter how small it was. It always seemed like she had infinite energy, although behind the scenes, we saw the toll that doing all these things took on her. She would routinely be running on 3 or 4 hours of sleep, only to be up the next day making whatever event she had next as memorable as it could be. She was just wired differently, I guess. Everything she did, she gave 100% to. Something as simple as a movie night, she would make enough popcorn to feed the entire neighborhood. She had the ability to turn any get-together into a can't-miss party. The amount of money and energy she spent to create amazing memories will never be forgotten by those of us who got to experience them. We would tell her, "Mom, why are you doing all this stuff? You're tired. It's okay to say no sometimes. You need to get some rest." But in hindsight, we're glad she didn't listen to us, because she got to experience so many amazing things and amazing people. She did everything she could with the time that was given to her. Part of the reason she went all out for everything was because she was a people pleaser. She wanted to make sure everyone was having a good time. When people smiled, she smiled. She had the most giving heart and did everything possible to make sure people knew that they were special to her. I believe another reason why she went all out for everything was because she was trying to create memories that people would have forever. She knew her time was coming to an end. She wanted to leave a legacy that would make people smile when they thought about her. Although it's hard to be anything other than sad right now, in time, we will look back at all the amazing things she did and be happy we were able to experience her in our lives. Another wonderful quality that our mom had was that she was the same person all the time. Even on her worst days, she was as positive and encouraging as most people are on their good days. She had the ability to make you feel like you were the only one in her life at that moment. She was the consistent glue that kept our family and all of her friends together. Anytime that we needed an ear, she was there with an ear and a smile. Anytime that we needed a hug, she was there with a hug and a smile. Anytime that she needed us, we were there with what she taught us, a hug and a smile. But that was rare, very rare. Even though she was struggling with immense pain from the cancer, she never complained to us. She was on our unwavering rock. I could go on and on about how perfect of a mother and a person she was, but it wouldn't do her justice. Everyone present here today knows exactly what Julie was and who Julie was. The stories that will be told from this day forward will only enhance who she was. I remember when she did this, or I remember when she did that, will help us shape this lacking eulogy to describe the person we ever knew, Julie Ann Riese. But this is the part where we need you, her friends. When Dr. Jones came into the hospital room and told us that there was nothing more that could be done, and that we should say our goodbyes, we asked her one thing. Mom, is there anything you want to say or want us to know? She then replied, as if scripted from a movie, with the most beautiful, confident smile. You know, your family is always there for you, and their love is unconditional, but your friends are what put the spice in life. After she said that, we all knew that while our love and support got her through the toughest times, it was truly her friends. People in her life that didn't have to be there or didn't have to love her, that made her who she was. It was those people who made our mother's life the exemplary life lesson that what it means to live, to truly live. This is the biggest lesson that we've taken from our mother. She had the ability to make friends with anyone. And in turn, those people would give her that spice that she needed to complete the ultimate dish that was called living. So Mom, we thank you. Myself, Andy, Matt, and George, thank you for being such an amazing mother. Thank you for being what she lived for. Getting up every day through the pain and the torture, only to see you smile and only for you to make her smile. And we will see our mother Julie in each and every one of you because we know how much you meant to her and we know how much she meant to you. To close this eulogy, there is one person that deserves all the credit in the world for allowing our mother to live these past 3 years to the fullest. Her name is Carol. Carol is one of my mother's sisters. Oh, I can't see again. Carol retired early so she could spend those 3 years with her so that my mother could fulfill her every wish. When my mother was too weak to clean, or I think too strong, but Carol just wanted to do her chores. When she was too weak to muster the energy or put on another amazing Christmas, Carol was there behind the scenes, filling in for our beautiful mother. On behalf of our family, Carol, we owe you everything. You allowed our mother to live these last 3 years to our fullest, and in turn, we grew to love and appreciate everything you've done for our mother and our family in the last 3 years. We can never repay you for what you have done for us, but taking you on a nice vacation would be a good start. Carol will try to minimize the effort she put in, saying, I was happy to do it, it's really no big deal. I'm sorry, Carol, but please shut your beautiful mouth. It is a huge deal. We love you from the bottom of our heart, and you will always be a second mother to us. We need you in our life, and unfortunately for you, you're stuck with us. We would also like to thank the St. Agnes Hospice team that made our mother's journey into the afterlife a complete blessing. They are angels disguised as nurses and aides. We appreciate everything you've done for us that you allowed our mother to gracefully pass on into a better, painless existence. For everyone who has been amazing to our mother, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. She loved each and every one of you more than you could know. We will live on in life using what she taught us, and we will live on in life seeing her through you, her friend. So please continue to be the friends that she needed and the friends that we need. We love you all, and most importantly, We love you, Mom.
Thank you, Emily.